Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is All About Candles. Happy Saturday, everybody. I am extremely late this week with my Saturday haul for you guys. You know how sometimes if you just some weeks you just fall off your routine in a little way, and then that has a domino effect. I mean, I've just been playing catch up all week long. Thank goodness it's the weekend. In fact, here in Canada, it's Thanksgiving long weekend, so I'm super excited about having that extra day off, and I've also had lots of fun, social and family commitments today and planned for the rest of the weekend, so I'm a happy camper. I have a really awesome candle haul for you guys today. So during Amazon Prime Day deal or whatever it is, it's October 7th, 8th, 9th, I'm not sure. During Amazon Prime Day, they had a whole bunch of Village candles on sale on Amazon Canada. They had a bunch of Village candles on sale for $19.99, which is a pretty good price point for us here in Canada, because usually they range between $25 to $35 on Amazon. And so I snatched 4 of these bad boys up. I have cheated. I've smelled all of them first, and I'm very excited about them. They smell absolutely wonderful. I really think Village Candle is a little bit underrated. I have had some Village candles that have been massive duds, but they do have some beautiful fragrances. Quite often they don't get quite to the place that I would like with Strength and Throw, but they're often acceptable. I'd say that the strongest Village candles are usually a 7. And I have had a couple Village candles before that have been below that 5, which to me is a failing grade. But for the most part, they do really well. I do like this large 2-wick jar format. These are all 21.25 ounces with a 170-hour burn time. I like big candles that you can burn for a really long time. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I go through a lot of candles. And so I like candles that I can put on my desk that I can burn for 4, 5, 6 hours if I want. And I just think Village Candle, for me, they've kind of become my desk candles, I'm quite close to them, so even if they aren't great for Strength and Throw, they have a presence for me, and I can keep them burning throughout the whole day, usually without any issues. Village candles are a little bit interesting. They talk a lot about these special wicks that they have that don't need to be trimmed, and I do not suggest ever trimming the wicks on Village candles. Sometimes if they get a little bit nubby at the top, you want to just take that nub off. But yeah, no, Village candles, they're a little bit different. I find that often they require quite a bit of patience. Like I said earlier, being able to light them and hang out with them for 5, 6 hours at a time often does help, and to have them close by you so you notice their presence. They really have some lovely fragrances though. So let's just get right into it. I think this might be my favorite candle this winter. Okay? Huge. I'm making a huge prediction here. I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, but I am obsessed with this already. It's called Slopeside, and we've got the most beautiful color of wax here. I love this photographic label. Honestly, I could do without the chairlift in there, but people are skiing Slopeside. I am one Canadian that does not enjoy going skiing. And it's a shame because some of the best ski mountains in the world are hours away from me, but it's just not my jam. Having to wear snow pants and goggles and no, thank you. But I will accompany my friends and bring magazines and sit in the lodge and have Baileys and coffee. That's what I do for ski trips. But anyways, this Slopeside is just a beautiful candle. I'm obsessed with the fragrance. It says icy mint, lemon, eucalyptus, and cypress. And you can get the top, bottom, and middle scent notes off of the website. And there's also a scent story. Much like the perfect powdered day, this cool and crisp scent is oh so refreshing. Find yourself whipping down a snowy trail as notes of icy mint and eucalyptus blend with woodsy cypress and citrusy lemon for an invigorating experience. The ideal après-ski candle, it's best enjoyed alongside a roaring fire and a warm post-slope cocktail. Yes! Sell me, Village, sell me. Okay, so the fragrance notes. On top, we have juniper, lemon, grapefruit zest. That scared me a little bit because y'all know I'm not big on grapefruit most of the time. Juniper, lemon, grapefruit zest. The mid notes are icy mint, eucalyptus, and fresh spearmint. And the base notes are cypress and cedarwood. And oh my goodness, I just love this one. It is so minty. You know, it reminds me a little bit of A Perfect Winter. You guys remember that one random like SAS candle that everybody loved? Like, I loved this candle. I think that this is maybe the closest thing to winter, The Perfect Winter, not to be confused with Winter by Bath & Body Works, but I think that this is the closest non-Bath & Body Works candle I've smelled that sort of emulates The Perfect Winter from Bath & Body Works. But this has actually been around for quite a while. I've always wanted to try one, so I'm so excited that I have. And yeah, you absolutely get something a little bit like zesty and bright on top. But the majority of this candle is like a real fresh, bright mint. It leans more towards a spearmint than a peppermint. And you get the eucalyptus in there too. But the eucalyptus can be a love it or hate it for me, depends on how it's done. This candle just balances it perfectly. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely lovely. So yeah, you've got something zesty on top. The mid-range and the majority of this candle is like a minty vibe. And then on the base, there's just this touch of like a cool like pine, a camp forest note. Yeah, and it says cypress and cedarwood. I'm not sure I would necessarily pick out the cedarwood, but there's definitely like a cypressy, balsamy note going on in the bottom. And it's actually quite a little bit ozonic as well. It's absolutely lovely. It smells, if I had to guess on strength and throw for this on cold, it's smelling like it might clock in at about a 6 or a 6.5. But I do often find that Village candles do smell a little bit weaker on cold than they end up being. I mean, just like any other candle company, I've got 2 wicks on here. I'm obsessed with this wax. I mean, if this has decent performance, this might end up being my favorite candle this winter. Oh my goodness, I am obsessed. Ever since my Amazon package arrived, I've just kept these candles sort of sitting out like on my kitchen table. And every time I walk by them, I lift them up and I smell them. And I always reach for this one first. Oh gosh, as soon as it starts snowing, I'm firing this bad boy up. All right, I also picked up this one. This was a bit of a risk for me, getting a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I like the sound of the scent notes. It's Winter Clementine. And this is a really beautiful label as well. And such a like bright, white, like pure white wax. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. I forget sometimes about how much I love Village candles. So Winter Clementine, we have citrus and freshly cut balsam. And there is, of course, a scent story for me to do a dramatic reading of. As winter arrives, the changes of season is an invitation to slow down, relax, and enjoy the company of friends and family. Infuse your home with uplifting notes of luscious ripe clementine paired paired with the calming essence of freshly cut balsam to create a beautiful holiday backdrop that evokes the spirit of Christmas. Let this unexpected fragrance transform your space into a festive sanctuary ready for entertaining or some me time. Oh, winter clementine. Clementines are a lot like mandarin oranges. I actually really like clementines. So on top, the fragrance notes are clementine and orange peel. The mid notes are herbs and dried flowers, and the base note is sandalwood, balsam, and cedarwood. And this, I like it. It's not a super duper sparkly effervescent citrus note. Effervescent citrus notes really tend to turn me off a little bit. That's why I tend to not gravitate towards things like grapefruits, lemons, and oranges. But it doesn't really smell that much like an orange candle. It's more of like an herbally citrus candle. And there is something a little bit floral as well. I'd say like the main component, like the mid-range of this, is like a citrus and herbs. And for the herbs, I think I want to say like basil maybe. Yeah, maybe basil. I love it. And so on top, it's definitely, the top note is that clementine, and it's not just an orange that they're calling clementine. It is quite different from your sort of more run-of-the-mill oranges, because it is a little bit floral, a little bit citrusy, a little bit zesty. Yeah, it's really, really, really quite nice. And to say that, this is probably my least favorite of these 4 candles in this haul, and I still like it a lot. Yeah, and then in the base, you do pick up on something a little bit woodsy, almost like wood chippy. Yeah, this is really, really nice. And I was worried about this one because I'm not usually a big, let's fire up the orange citrusy candle type situation. But this is a little bit herbal and floral and camphoric. And the clementine is not it's not necessarily really the star of this show, but it's definitely there. This is like a group effort, you know? Like the top, mid, and the base notes all balance really quite nicely together. Yeah, it's lovely. It's really, really lovely. I also picked up, this one is good too. This one is called Rain. Now, look at this beautiful color wax, this beautiful light blue, and this photographic label of the rain sort of streaming down. Oh, are those concrete steps? Absolutely stunning candle, you guys. Yeah, and so this candle I bought off of the recommendation of Sarita from Coffee and Candles. She reviewed this candle a little while back, and I watched her review, and she really loved it and said that it performed really well too, like a 7 or a 7.5 for strength and throw. Sarita and I do have sort of similar scent preferences. We have scent preferences that sort of cross each other. You know what I mean? And one of the things I really see eye to eye with her on are briny, oceanic, rain type candles. I love her tastes for woodsy candles as well and florals. But when Sarita recommends a candle like Rain, I know I'm gonna love it, and I absolutely do. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna link to her review below of this candle because I'm not gonna be burning this until maybe March, April. So I'm not gonna be burning this for a while to give you guys the tea, but I'll link to her review below. She really loved this one, and I can see why. If Sarita recommends a candle called Rain, I'm going out to buy it. Anyways, so the scent story is Rain offers more than a scent. It creates a mood and invites the mind to reflect and embrace a quieter moment. We've recreated the pleasures and the poetry of falling rain with fresh aquatic notes, fragranced bergamot and lily, and while the warmth of amber captures an romantic fragrance, relax and enjoy the rain. Yes, come through, rain. Here comes the rain again. Anyways, okay. On the jar, the scent notes you get are fresh air, bergamot, lily, and amber. And the scent notes on the website, top notes are watery rain accord, sparkling bergamot. The mid notes are white rose, water lily, crisp lavender, and the base notes are white amber. White amber. Not sure what that is. No, white amber is a thing, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I think it's a fragrance note thing, right? Oh, this is lovely. And there is a little bit of a floral in there. You definitely pick up on that rose. And so it makes it a little bit more of a perfumey rain candle than other rain candles might be. And the top is definitely like a really nice bergamot. Not a super zesty or astringent bergamot, but a fairly smooth one. Yeah, and then in the mid, you definitely pick up on like a really nice floral blend. And it's like, you know, definitely like the aquatic florals, like water lily, right? And I pick up on the rose too. Lavender, I'd say, is really, I'm not sure I would necessarily pick out lavender without scent notes in front of me, but I think I would pick up on the rose and the water lily. Oh, I'm obsessed. I can't wait until springtime. This is going to be one of the first spring candles that I burn this year. I also got, this is a little bit embarrassing. This is called Once Upon a Time. Did anybody ever watch that Once Upon a Time show? Was it on ABC, I think? Where all the fairy tale characters are like coming to life. I watched the first couple of seasons and really loved it. That was a long time ago though. But yeah, this is a pretty corny Once Upon a Time situation. Village Candle does these sort of like fairy tale, like fairy tale story time candles. Like one of my favorite candles from Village is actually called Fairy Dust. It is a beautiful, like rich plum and amber fragrance. I love Fairy Dust. I always have Fairy Dust by Village like on my shelf in my space. I actually will burn that one year round. I love it so much. But anyways, this was Once Upon a Time, and you know, despite the corny theme of it all, the scent notes really intrigued me, and you know this is gonna be a great scent story. Inspired by the magical beginnings of our favorite fairy tales, this fragrance is sure to make all your dreams come true. Delicate yet luscious notes of bergamot, lavender petals, raspberry, lotus blossom, pink sugar, and sandalwood come together to form a happily ever after scent. And so on top you have Italian bergamot, lemon leaves, and apple skin. The mid notes are wild lavender petals, raspberry, and lotus blossom. And the base notes are pink sugar, sandalwood, and amber. And so I was worried that this candle was gonna be a little bit too sweet, but the things like the amber, sandalwood, lotus, raspberry, lemon leaves, apple skin, all that stuff really intrigued me. And I'm happy to say that it's really quite beautiful. It is definitely on the sweeter side. And it's a very mid to high range candle. Look at the beautiful, I think Village Candle does beautiful wax. Beautiful. You know what? I am way more into Village Candle now than I am Yankee. I have to tell ya, the last several Village Candles that I've burned have just been leagues ahead of anything I've had from Yankee lately. I think Village has really given them a run for their money. I hope that the brand doesn't go downhill now that they were bought by like Stonewall Kitchen. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. It's a little bit floral, it's a little bit fruity. I actually feel like this would be, this kind of smells a little bit like a Bath and Body Works body care fragrance to me, like a springtime body care fragrance. Except it is a little bit more nuanced and interesting than that. You do pick up on sort of a leafy sort of a leafy citrusy apple note on top. And then the mid note, what I mostly pick up on is like floral and raspberry. I don't think I'd be able to pick out lotus blossom. I definitely get a little bit of the lavender. But it's like a floral berry in the mid-range of this candle, and then the base is a really gorgeous, like sweet sandalwood. And there is a little bit of like, there is a little bit of a, sort of an amber on the bottom too. Almost a little bit, like almost a little sticky and sweet, but not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, floral, citrus, berry, sandalwood. I'm really looking forward to this one too. Once Upon a Time. And I also just wanted to show you guys, because we're talking about village candles and it is Halloween time. I've been getting asked quite a bit like what my favorite Halloween candles are. And so two of my very favorite Halloween candles are actually from Village Candle, and one of them is called Ghost Cemetery, and one of them is called Haunted Mansion. I always have these candles, and Village Candles last for so long. Like I said, a 170-hour burn time. I got both of these candles last fall and probably burnt them during September and October and a bit into November even, and had to bring them out again this year. Like, I burned them all season long and only got down to about halfway. Halloween is a bit of a shorter, like, time frame of a holiday. It's really mostly just for October that I'm burning super Halloween-y themed stuff, Halloween-y. But I started burning these like in September last year and even a little bit into November and only got about halfway down. And so now I have finished Haunted Mansion, and believe it or not, this is probably still like a solid 4 or 5 burns for a Village Candle. So Ghost Cemetery is coming down too. These are actually two of my favorite Halloween candles. They're quite conceptual. There's nothing really that sweet about either of them. I'll break down the scent notes for you because these are available right now on the Stonewall website if you're in the States, and they're available on Amazon Canada if you're in Canada. I will link to this whole haul. Haunted Mansion is one of my favorite candles from them. And the scent notes are dark plum, red berries, carrot seed, citrus zest on top. The mid note is rose, lily, clove leaf, and tulip. And the base note is patchouli, cedarwood, vetiver, sandalwood, and vanilla musk. And so it's like the base level of this candle. It's a very, very, very low range bassy candle. The base of this is just what makes it really excellent and interesting. It almost comes off as having a little bit of a licoricey vibe, although there's no sort of a licorice or licorice adjacent scent note to it. There's something sort of like dark and dusty about it, but in like a good way. There's some berries in there too. There's a bit of berry, a bit of zestiness, a bit of a floral, but then that base really lifts the candle with like a fairly substantial patchouli, a very funky vetiver. The sandalwood, there's a bit of a creaminess to the base, so that could be the sandalwood. And yeah, vanilla musk. Oh, I love this. It's not for everybody. It's a spooky berry fragrance, but nothing like a vampire blood. It's not like a top range berry forward candle. It's like a base, old, haunted, dusty mansion. I love it. I absolutely love this one, and I fully intend on repurchasing it by next fall. And then Ghost Cemetery. I love this one too. This is also a really, really good one. The scent notes on Ghost Cemetery. On top, you have incense, cinnamon, fir needles, and black pepper. The mid notes are coconut, clove, and coffee. And the base notes are tonka, vanilla, white musk, sandalwood, cedarwood, and patchouli. And yeah, this kind of smells a little bit like church, like an old church where they still have the incense going everywhere. Oh, I really, really like this one. I don't so much pick up on a coconut, but I do get a fairly strong clove note from this. This is a very mid-range candle. You do sense just a touch of that cinnamon and like pine on top. But then the mid-range is sort of a woodsy, incensey, musky clove. And it's really nice. And then the base, balances the thing out. It's nicely rounded with sort of a smooth creaminess on the base. Not in like a gourmand way, but in like a Tonka way, I guess. Yeah, and you pick up on the patchouli too. I feel like in the scent note of incense usually is like clove, patchouli, cedarwood, sandalwood. Oh, I love this one. Ooh, I love this one. I'm happy I've still got a couple burns left on it. I will be reviewing Haunted Mansion and Ghost Cemetery very shortly for you guys. So yeah, Village Candle. I'm really happy with this haul. I like all four of them. I'm questioning Winter Clementine a tiny bit, but man, am I excited for this Slopeside and Rain. Oh, is it spring yet? Oh gosh, I love this one. Ooh, I'm so excited. That's all I have for you folks today. I hope you're all enjoying your Saturday. Happy Thanksgiving long to all of my fellow Canadian friends. Thanks for joining me. You guys know you can follow me on Instagram at allabootcandles and email me your burning questions at allabootcandles@gmail.com. If you could hit me up with a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel, that would mean the world to me. And until next time, my dear, gorgeous and beautiful candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, folks. Bye now.